This week we want to focus on finishing our James Rizzi inspired cityscapes. So you can see that I have finished painting mine in, and I did a lot of color mixing, I think for almost everything that's on here. So the last thing that we want to do is apply a black outline, just like he did with his paintings. We really do want to outline everything in here. It helps make our lines a little bit neater. It's a really nice way to add some detail in as well. So I have my painting. Everything is completely dried. I think that's really important to keep in mind. Make sure the paint is completely dried before you do this step. I also have a Sharpie right here. Now, Sharpie does not always necessarily work great on tempera paint, which is what we use. So I also have a piece of scrap paper. You might notice sometimes this is a brand new Sharpie and it might seem like it's running out. So what you can do is kind of just on a piece of scrap paper, get the excess paint that kind of gets gummed up on the Sharpie tip on here, and then hopefully you can keep going. So you might have noticed, in addition to the outline, I have some things I'm going to fill in, like the eyes of these buildings that I included. So like I said, it is a good way to go ahead and add detail and just to kind of clean everything up. All right, so I have finished outlining with Sharpie, and again, I really did outline everything. It helps to have those nice bold lines, to be able to see everything really clearly and to be able to clean up your edges as well. All right, so once you finish with that part of the project, you'll want to turn to your checklist. So before you turn in your James Rizzi Cityscape, make sure you have used space and variety to create a city with at least 5 buildings. So hopefully that's something that we all accomplished. Have mixed colors and painted as neatly as you can, and have outlined your buildings with black Sharpie once you finish painting. Once you've done those things, there are a couple questions for you to answer. So what did you learn about color mixing and painting with this project? It's not the first time that we have done color mixing and painting, so hopefully you've been able to advance your skills and your knowledge of color mixing a little bit more with this project. And second, how is creativity important to completing this project? So James Rizzi came up with some really unique ideas for his buildings in order to include variety. What did you learn from doing a similar process? All right, once you are done with that, you can go ahead and tear out that checklist to turn in with your finished project.